Welcome. Sorry, that was my.
Hey,
I don't know what that was.
That was my Rottentail.
They call me Dr. Peter
impression.
Cotton. We should have done cosplay for this, guys. I know, Matt, you would have made a great Rottentail.
I rotted. I want to hump you or something, right?
Yeah, but he's got like a.
No, he
well,
don't.
we'll
He
get
don't.
into the
No, he
vibe. We'll
don't.
get into the vibe.
Yeah, his vibe is creeper.
Oh, I mean, yeah, for sure.
There's definitely, you would tell there's definitely some creative edits made to this movie
Oh my God.
so it didn't turn out as bad as it could have been, but
Okay.
let's show this beer up for a second.
Guys,
Yeah.
we got some
American Neighbor Ale.
some bells right here.
That was good stuff.
Yeah.
Let's post them up. Yeah.
Roast. Mm.
It's close thing I had
So,
to wear bunny is a Sasquatch.
Yeah, sure.
I want Easter.
Another cryptid. So we were close to Easter, so
Oh,
I
good.
got to choose
Good
this
turn.
week,
Good
and I chose the 2018 Rottentail.
By the way, this is a great choice. I'm not gonna lie.
so
For bad movies, yes.
For bad movies,
Yes.
yes.
Peter Cotton, a scientist that works on rabbits and infertility, learns that the
And
military wishes to use his work to
Well, yeah,
create
'cause
superhuman
pumping like
soldiers.
bunnies, you know.
Cotton is bitten by an experimental mutant rabbit and changes into the evil Rottentail. So I
Evil.
honestly was just
Evil?
like, I'm going to look up Easter horror films. This came up. There were a few Bad Bunny type. Shout out
Not
to
with
the
Bad Bunny.
friend of the vlog, Bad Bunny.
that's true,
There
though.
were
That's true.
there were several like evil bunny type ones, but I chose this one, and I'm not gonna joke. Not least of which because Dominique Swain is in it, and I love her. I don't care that
Dominic
she's
Swain is in this.
doing the same thing
Yeah.
she's been doing for like 20 years.
Is
I don't
she
care.
though? Is
I
she?
don't care.
What-
Is
what
she
was she
doing
doing?
that?
Drugs? Like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
like lots of coke.
It was a romp, okay?
Oh,
So,
yeah.
but we open on
Yeah,
looks
tank.
like some sort of military facility, and there's some guys delivering some rabbits. There's a guy.
Yeah, which is like it's such a blank like canvas that they just have to be like, yes, we're at a, like here's a sign that says we're at a don't enter
Yeah.
military.
Here's a desk. We're sitting at
Because
this
otherwise,
desk.
you always be like, this is just somebody's back office,
Yeah.
of, like a back office of a warehouse. It looks,
So we've got a
Sounds
guy
good.
delivering rabbits to this lab or
Mike.
whatever. Mike.
this is Mike, yeah.
And
Mike's like the assistant scientist.
And I'm like, this guy's got to be the main character. Like he's got some
I thought
lines
this was.
going on.
I thought this was
like-
going to be the Rottentail dude. Like I was like, oh, okay. We'll get it first, but no. What?
yeah, but no, Mike comes up. One of the doctors yells at him because he doesn't have enough rabbits and he wants a Wolverine. He's
Also,
looking for a Wolverine.
This doctor is the worst.
Yeah.
He's like mustache twirly bad guy
Yeah.
immediately, and you're like,
Just-
okay,
Just
sure.
like a piece of shit, like
Yeah.
a douche. But what he says to him is, Jack back now, Kojak.
Jack back down, Kojak.
No, there's just so much weird dialogue in this, and that's just and you're like, oh, this is where we're going? Okay.
Yeah,
well, you know what? They
it
get you on
knows
board
what
right
it
away.
is.
Okay.
It
Sure,
knows
right
what
away.
it is.
From
yeah.
the beginning of this, I'm like, these were all porn actors that had the day off.
Oh,
and they're
no,
like,
yeah.
be in my movie.
Yeah.
Especially Kornemic, who decides that every piece of scenery is going to be something he eats
Yeah.
like a rabbit.
Like
Yeah.
he is Rottentail. Yeah. And Tank Jones also. Tank Jones must be a porn star, right?
Fucking
Tank
Jones
Jones.
is
Yeah.
my porn name, so
Yeah.
I thought it was
Tank
me
Jones.
in there. I'm like,
Yeah.
Tank Jones, that's me. I copyrighted that name.
Do you copyright? I don't know.
So yeah, but the doctor says he needs a Wolverine. It was just funny.
It
to me
is.
that he yelled
They
at.
try and make it a joke, and it's not. It's
It
just
doesn't
not
land
a
as a
joke.
joke. Yeah,
I get it.
exactly.
What they were like.
So
why?
then he and this other doctor make fun of our protagonist here, Doctor. What's his name?
Cotton.
Cotton.
Not Peter
Doctor
Cotton, of
Peter
course.
Cotton. Yeah.
Like Peter Cotton,
Played by
get
the
it?
played by the infamous Corin Nemec, who was in Stargate SG-1, right?
Yes.
For like
He
many
was
seasons.
SG-1.
As
Didn't
he was like a very side character though.
Okay.
This is like his starring, his
This
breakout
is
role.
really the
Yeah,
breakout role.
yeah, this is
Can we mention though before we move on? The music in this is the best free music I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Like this is definitely not music that's been anywhere. But like the beginning song and the end song, I was like, okay.
The
Like,
beginning song of this and the beginning package for like the credits, I thought I was like about to play like Killer Instinct. Or
Yeah,
something.
sure.
Like a
Sure.
90s video game.
Yeah.
I was like, what is happening?
but
here?
like it was okay. I was like, this is.
Oh,
I've
also,
definitely
we forgot
heard
to
worse.
mention, it is based on the graphic novel called Rottentail.
Rottentail, yeah.
So, based on a graphic novel, right?
By L.
I
Ron
did not
Hubbard.
see that. Yes, it's actually a Scientology allegory.
But yeah, these two other doctors are making fun of Dr. Cotton. And,
Peter Cotton,
yeah.
yes.
and they go, "Climb it, Tarzan," and give him the finger. I love the lines in this. So, and then there's
one character too. Which we'll talk about a little bit later. Every one of his lines is the fucking worst. And I think
is it our British mad scientist?
He's an older guy with a beard and a mustache.
Oh, Dr. Rodriguez or something.
He's one of the soldiers, and he always
the guy like Goldberg. Sergeant Slaughter.
Sergeant
Slaughter.
Yes.
Sergeant Slaughter. Guys, we're not there yet though. Sorry, I ruined that review.
No, so we do get.
Everyone has
What's Mike's last name, by the way?
Rifkin.
I think it's Obama. I think they say his name's Mike Obama.
No, they were talking about Obama.
Oh, okay, all right.
Because they're like, we're right wing, and you're like a Democrat. You know, like you want to save people.
By the way, he wants to just
we get it.
Fertility.
The writer of the movie.
Okay, we need more people.
But then so then we get we enter.
Well, it's for people's penises and stuff.
Enter our British mad scientist, Dr. Sirius Stanley, and he's also been working with rabbits, but he's been breeding them into like murder monsters, basically, like
for no fucking
furless, creepy looking murder monsters.
One of the best puppets I've ever seen in anything.
No, it was. Listen,
it's between that and and Yoda and Thumb Wars. I am a puppet.
Yeah. Listen, I like this movie. It knew what it was, and it went for it.
This movie was like a writer was like, someone was like, "Hey, you know Roger Corman?" He's like, "Yeah, I know Roger Corman." Like, do it from memory. Then he's like, "I know Roger Corman. I don't know Roger Corman."
So, but yeah, we get so he leaves his killer bunny in like this, I don't know, lab. And then
it's like a laser cage.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dumbest looking thing.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, like a full-ass laser cage, and Peter's like trying to get his hand in there and shit.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing, bud? Yeah. That's lasers.
So, but we realize also that this is why he wants a Wolverine, and I'm like, don't let this guy have a Wolverine. Jesus.
Also, this lab is an open room, and nobody knows the fuck is the other person's doing in this room. I'm like, how? Did you not look over and see him put this rabbit in a laser cage?
Yeah, like you literally just go like this.
No, it's almost
what the fuck?
I think they left the door open, so
but still, I mean,
he's like he's talking. He's trying to talk to someone. He's like an idiot savant, basically, and he comes into this room.
I think you were half right there.
Yeah, he comes into this room because they have a spectrometer 4000, and he's like, a spectrometer 4000. This would make getting my results so much faster. And then he sees that they had bunnies in this room. Best part is he's smelling the cages, and he goes, "This one was pregnant," and it's like, okay, that's where they're going. Okay,
like, this guy is gross.
So, and then
he already looks rotten at this point. Actually,
so
I was like,
also everyone in this movie has a sheen of sweat on them.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Like nobody powdered them before they got in.
Or they're just like on a very hot set, or maybe this is a choice. Maybe they're just like, hey, everybody gets a little spritz. You all get a little spritz. Like, what?
We're all gonna look like we have run maybe a half marathon.
Like maybe we did a bump of coke. We did. This is how we cover it up.
Definitely the writer room.
So he gets bitten by the
mutant. No, he doesn't just get bitten by the thing. He's got laser cage. He goes to put his hand in to touch what he can't see.
Well, to show you, it also shows you, it's a laser.
He hits a laser, goes, ow! But then he keeps trying to put his hand in there. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, if there's something with lasers around it, why would you put your hand in it? Like,
and like, several times in this movie, I wrote like, what's up with this dialogue? Because like, he's just talking to himself about this process. Like, we're seeing it. We get the gags. Yeah. Please keep moving.
And they're dumb, but we're getting it.
This movie gets one negative, and it will only get one. It felt super long. It felt like I had to stop and take a break for a little bit.
No, the scenes were very long.
It was 2 hours long.
So he does finally try to get a hold of it, and it bites him.
Yes.
And then, not only that, but he drops his glowing infertility serum. You know, stuff that glows
Monster
white under the black light.
And also fucking bullshit CG right here. Fucking
Oh yeah, like the electric, the green.
No, that it shows like the cells and the stuff going into his cells.
All of it is bullshit.
But he gets his fertility serum all over, and then he runs away and goes into what looks like a janitor's closet, and then puts his hand. Yeah, but it looked like it was also like a vat of boiling water. Like it was so confusing.
That's from the serum.
So
the serum, because
why?
He had to wash the serum up because remember the serum was like.
Why was it bubbling?
The serum was like acidic or some bullshit. So he had to like wash it
But
off.
why was it bubbling?
It looks like dry
But
ice.
also the serum was acidic, and someone fully drinks this shit later. So that's okay.
Yeah, sure.
We'll get there.
Sure.
Uh,
So yeah, also it's funny because at one point he sticks his hand in there and then he pulls it out and his hand looks totally fine.
Yeah, his hand's
like there's
completely
literally
fine.
nothing wrong with it. And it's
Well,
like,
because
okay.
the makeup artist like that's just gonna wash off. You put in the bucket, right? And so he's like, well, we did
Yeah,
it. Just
yeah.
film it. Just keep going. No CG. We don't have enough budget.
So
guys,
he starts getting horribly ill.
This is the only time I wrote this, but I said I've been in student film was better than this.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yep.
A couple.
I had to eat him in a student film once, and it was still better than this.
So he goes home and he's just violently ill. He's just throwing up horribly in his toilet, like really badly. And then he gets a call. Or no, not yet. That's not yet.
No, that's
so
not-
Then we get like the weird.
yeah,
the
so
flash
yeah, we get the
forward.
flash.
It's-
Well, no,
it looks
first we go to the TV and there's like
like a silhouetted figure,
and there's like a
watching
bullshit,
whole movie.
gross. Yeah, exactly. Well,
no, didn't we get the flashback first
Oh.
about
Yeah.
his best friend dying?
He's watching an origin
That's
story.
what I
best
mean.
friend
Yeah,
died.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like a film reel though. He's
Yeah.
like it's like here and a unbeknownst to us at this time figure.
So we get a
In a
guy
fact
who
suit,
sounds like
you know, or
this,
something,
and he's
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about how Peter Cotton used to be such a great guy, and this
And
is
like,
here.
who could this guy be?
Yeah. Let's look at the
Also,
Peter Cotton's
he's a terrible
history.
narrator.
It's a
He's
great
mumbling.
impression of Rottentail.
He's like a mumbling narrator.
You know what?
He's
You know where he got it from? It's like Nothing But Trouble Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah. Oh God, nothing. He definitely watched it. And was like,
And
I could
that's
do that.
exactly what he went for.
I could do
And
that.
I was just like, wow.
He's like
wow,
the CG.
okay.
The suit is so limiting anyway. Just
Mhm.
like Nothing But Trouble. Dan Aykroyd's weird
yep,
nose and
Yep,
face.
yep, exactly.
Yeah.
So, yes, we go back in time to the day when he lost.
Have we watched Nothing But Trouble yet?
No.
No.
And it's streaming, and
So bad.
we really should.
So bad.
So anyway, he's going back in time to when Peter lost his best friend, and we go back to like middle school.
Science fair.
Science fair, and Peter's got his rabbit there.
Yeah, his best friend ate rabbit. By the
Yeah.
way.
And then there's a girl he likes. Her name is Anna Banana. That's her actual
Anna
name.
Banana.
Anna Banana. And he likes Anna Banana, but then it turns out Anna has a jerk, like
He's a big,
jock,
mean
douche,
bully, yeah.
bully, best, like boyfriend.
Also, Anna seems to be his friend at this point too. Like,
right? She's
he
like
says,
nice to him.
Yeah.
"This bunny's
Fully.
my only friend." And like, no, she's your friend.
No, but he's an idiot. That's the thing.
like, okay,
Again,
okay.
not a savant.
Yeah, he's
fully dumb.
no, about 100% on the spectrum.
But also, this guy is a fucking serial killer. Like, he is like not just a bully.
Yeah,
He
so-
is
okay.
a
So
literal serial killer.
he starts to chant with all the kids that are watching him
Yeah.
kill a rabbit, and he's going, "Kill the monster," and they're all doing it with him. So all of these people are fucking weird.
Yeah, all those kids are assholes.
I think this scene is supposed to show you that he has like a cult of personality.
Right.
Unfortunately, any of the actors portraying
Yeah.
him do not hold this up. They
No.
don't at all
No.
hold this up.
No.
But yeah, the kids are just like bloodthirsty, like kill the monster, and it's fully a bunny rabbit.
And the principal.
Who was right there and then
Like,
is
right around the
conveniently
corner.
gone. Yeah.
And that was cool with it. Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
the principal comes back, and even though he's seen everyone leave, he knows this kid's crying. He asks, "Who did this?" You know who fucking is a murder
Yeah.
person.
Like,
in this place.
a giant dude with a rabbit in his head, and then he walks
Yeah.
away, comes back, and is dead on the ground, and there's a kid crying. He's like, "Who
Yeah.
might have
Yeah.
done
Who
this?
did this? I was
You
like,
must-
dude.
You must have been a vice principal, I guess. Dumbass." No, I'm just kidding.
And also,
that
literally-
guy was one of the producers, by the way.
And also,
so-
literally, there's still
There's a
10
person.
or 12
Yeah.
people
I
standing
paid
around
money, put me
that
in
could
there.
have been like, was this dude, that dude, the bully dude?
Everyone was on his side, though.
I
Kill
guess.
the monster.
Why?
Kill the monster.
Because it's... what?
Let's keep rolling, guys.
Yeah. So then we come back and he's in his room, and he's getting sick, and then he sees the preacher on the TV, and then we see kind of the background of this shitty TV preacher.
First, you see the TV, and it says Action Theater, and then it cuts to the TV preacher, and I was like, "Is this he's like an action star or something?" And they're
Yeah,
like, "The pastor," and I'm like,
Mulligan
okay,
Ministries.
getting
Yeah.
weird. Yeah,
Yeah.
Mulligan
so
Ministries,
weird.
then.
But I also love anything with like horrible, shitty TV preachers.
Lots of
That's
cheap gags in the
basically
scene
what
too.
Religion is so. Oh yeah, so much
And-
puking and the farting. Oh my god! And then the farting starts.
Farting.
Listen,
wow.
I kind of loved this movie. I'm not gonna joke.
It's so. Actually, I think this is where I took a break originally because I was like,
I think
okay,
this
yeah.
is... I think Beavis
I'm gonna
and
refresh
Butthead wrote
my-
this.
Yeah,
like, together.
exactly.
What if he
Yeah.
likes
Farted.
farts a lot?
So
He farted.
So So then, he gets a call, and Anna Banana's in town because there's a reunion.
I didn't realize her last name was Banana, so you said it.
Yeah, and she's like, oh, do you want to meet, for coffee or something? And he's like, yeah. And he goes, I will be there or be square, and I'm not going to joke.
He's fully dying here, by the way.
Oh,
it's not like he's like cool at this point.
No, he's not healthy.
Puking.
Yeah.
And like covered in sweat.
No, he's
looks
gross.
like a trash bag.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'll be at the reunion.
Because he's
like what?
super in love with her. No, he's going to meet her for coffee. He's not going to the reunion. But yeah.
Oh, that's true.
So...
Anyway.
No, he's super gross.
He's
super gross. But I will say, I say be there or be square in my head, like, a lot. Because it's fun to say. So, I get it.
So it's like basically same.
It's very not surprising.
So, then, we're back at the lab because the mutant rabbit is now attacking everybody. And
because of course it is.
The mad scientist is like, oh no, we gotta call the army.
On a big old cell phone.
This is my favorite part of the movie. Yeah. Because they call the army.
Yeah, and the guy, also, I love the operator's super snotty.
Yeah. Well, first he goes, hello, U.S. Army. Is this fucking Ghostface from Scream? Like, it's like, you're like scary movies.
Scary.
No, but even before that, he gets the operator, and the operator's like, who do you need? And he's like,
I wrote that down because I was like, what the fuck is happening?
No, I love how
right
snotty the operator is. He's like U.S. Army.
Like, girl, you can, like, calm down, okay? Sass down, like, 3 levels, you're an operator.
But then, I love it. Oh, and then he gets hold music, but then, he gets the army, and they're like, okay, we're gonna send people in. And then, the next scene we get is these two...
Oh, they say send everyone.
Yeah, send everyone. So then the next scene we get are these... I did like this...
Security guys.
I did like this scene because they're definitely trying to make choices here and how they're portraying people, I love it.
I think they were like, we don't have a script for you, just do stuff.
No, but I love that they're like... They're going to be 2 black guy security guards, but they're like discussing literature.
He's a former professor too, and that's why.
Exactly. But he got laid off. Yeah.
I like this is what happened. They were like, hey, just write your own characters. Yeah. This guy's like, I'm going to talk about Hamlet.
Yeah.
I was like, go for it.
It's like when you're like doing a tavern D&D thing, and someone's like, but I'm a wizard of the highest order, and you're like, you're meeting in a tavern now, so you're going to have to chill, bud.
But then they come upon the evil bunny.
Sanford & Sons is like Hamlet, by the way. Just so you know. That's that scene.
Then they come upon the evil bunny, and you finally see it like run for the first time. It runs bipedal, which is hilarious. It's like, it's like, sure, that would
some puppeteer was like, I can't fucking do a bunny run, so you're going to get a dude run. Or a hop. Like, it's not even a hop, it's just a run. A full-ass, like a 2-legged run.
Like a Looney Tunes.
These dudes, before they even see the bunny, fully sweating. Like, just like, completely.
That's because it's very hot.
The AC is fucked in this place. Yeah. Like, whatever's happening in this lab is fucked.
Okay. We're going to go next to this coffee shop, though. What does it say on the sign?
Also, they kill the black guy first, guys. Come on.
Both black guys.
Jesus.
Both fucking die. What does it say on this coffee shop sign? It is fucking weird.
It says, no, I didn't write it.
It says, come in and bang us for our Angus.
Yes.
It's funny.
Come in and bang us for our Angus.
Because it sounds like
it's a coffee shop. What?
So wait, let me throw some things in here. The one guy goes, holy shit, which was just funny to me. Apparently this small bunny has the strength to drag a human man.
Yeah, it's a monster.
Yeah, even though it's super tiny. Yeah. And then we missed the scene of him. We missed the scene of him riding into the cafe, and he's on his Vespa, and he's like so cool because he rides a Vespa.
I did miss that.
And then he's just dry heaving on the Vespa.
I wrote scooter. Well, actually, we get this is where before the scooter thing, we get the Sergeant Slaughter intro, which I had to go back and listen to because I was like, his name can't be Sergeant Slaughter.
It is.
And I was like, no.
It is.
He looked like they tried to get Bill Goldberg, and they're like, no, we didn't get him. Let's get somebody else.
Well, he also has like a weird accent of some sort.
He does have a very weird accent.
Mexican, maybe?
I don't know what his accent is.
I think he was Mexican.
I was like, dude, I can't understand what he's saying.
So it's funny you say that because the mad scientist, like British guy, his accent also changed a lot. Like it would be Scottish, but then sometimes it would sound Australian, and then sometimes it literally sounded American. Yeah. Like he couldn't figure out what he was.
These were all just Americans doing accents.
Oh yeah, no, that's exactly what it was.
Be a little different.
Yeah,
whatever Sergeant Slaughter was not American. Yeah. His accent.
Not from here. Get out of here.
I was like, nah, bro.
I will put you in the giddy bag.
Get the bag. Like no.
But Dominique Swain, Anna Banana looking great, and she's like,
and Pete looks like fucking trash.
He looks like worse.
Also, for some reason, they do a slurping gag with him. I'm like, what does anyone see in this guy? He's trash.
Yeah.
And Ben's just like, oh, it's just Peter.
No,
you know,
except that she doesn't act that much. Like, you have to really imagine to get that much out of her. She's definitely at the point in her career where she's like, no, this is a paycheck. Cool.
Yeah, exactly. And then he gets greens and he's like chopping up his greens and the scenery, just acting like... So because what's happening here is like his other personality.
They really want this
out.
lettuce eating gag to go over, and you're like, I get it. Also, I wrote Dominique Swain looks like she also got bit by a mutant. Ouch. That's the funniest thing I've ever written. Ouch. Sick burn, Dominique. Sick burn.
Sorry,
you know what?
Dominic Swain, if you're watching, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you guys are just hating. I love you. I think you're great. I'm a fan of many of your movies.
I am 3.
Girl.
Damn it.
That's a movie. That's a movie? Sure.
She was in Lolita.
Yeah.
Which is gross and creepy because that's a thing.
She was Lolita, wasn't she?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
She was also in a movie called Tart. She did a lot of independent films.
I don't like the name of that
33.
one.
No,
It's enough.
it's very
That's enough.
depressing.
I don't like that
okay,
either.
Yep.
Sure.
You watched a lot of porno movies.
No, like dark 90s
Dark
independent films.
Like Porn Adjacent.
I'm
Just like everything
Summer
in the movie.
Camp.
awkward stuff.
Yep.
Just like everything in this movie, Porn Adjacent.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Was one called, like, Church After Dark? I don't like any of this. Dominic Swain, stop.
Listen,
Just
not- not either.
14-year-old Katie watched some weird stuff.
In the
Please
dark.
stop, Dominic. And we find out that she's upset with the preacher because he's trying to demolish her.
Well, no, we
grandfather's
didn't
church.
make the connection. So the preacher...
No, she fully tells us this in this scene.
Right, but the preacher is the bully from when he was
Well,
a
and
kid.
they
yeah.
show it.
They kind of show it.
They show it because he sees
the
the
TV,
preacher on the screen, and
yeah.
then they shows a flashback to the guy. And like,
Also-
I get it.
The weirdest thing out of all the weird things in the scene is he orders her coffee and food before she gets there.
I didn't like
Yeah.
that.
What?
I was like, in 2018, you can't do that.
But also, anytime, like, you're gonna eat these things.
And it's like
what the fuck?
they don't seem like good friends. They seem like he hasn't seen her in a while. And he's like,
Yeah.
I got you coffee and I got you like a fucking
Yeah.
sandwich.
Food. Like, I was like,
I got you some gabagool. You're like, this is what the fuck? You're like
fuck?
a cafe, man. What the fuck is this shit?
So,
I got you the Angus. So
yeah,
you
you're
bet
Angus to the anus. You're like, Jesus.
and this is really where, like, because he's transforming.
Yeah,
What we
bloody
didn't
claw.
know is he's well, also his, like, other personalities coming out because now he's turning into this other personality.
It's very Beetlejuice-like.
Very Beetlejuice.
Very Beetlejuice.
And you know what I said? I was like,
Freddy Krueger. Like,
no,
I
I said, this is turning him into an 80s comedian. That's
Yeah,
what's
maybe.
happening here. Like, he's
Yeah.
straight,
He's turning into Sam Kinison.
Yeah.
That's exactly, that's the feeling that I got, is it's
Yeah.
like some Bill Murray, like,
I was definitely feeling like a Michael
and
Keaton.
Bill Murray.
Michael Keaton, Bill Murray, definitely.
Yeah.
He was drawing from that stuff.
Yeah.
I unfortunately wasn't drawing the comedy from that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing was hitting, but he was
What are
trying.
you talking about? Everything was perfect. Everything was great.
He was. I think it was
Fucking
just stealing from
hilarious.
Vincent D'Onofrio in Men in Black.
Yes.
Sugar!
Yes.
So
so
yeah,
good.
with the bunny claw coming out. Did you get turned on a little bit by that?
No. So what I love is
That's
it comes
more.
out and then he just every time he
More.
looked at it, he would be like surprised. He was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
whoa!" Like,
Yeah, and like also though, not ending this date. Like he's
No.
just like, no, I'm going to stay
Yeah.
here.
His fucking head is messed up.
Like it's not like he's like going to get some touch after this. Like
Plus, he is like sweating, like shit's coming out of him.
yeah,
like,
yeah.
So
dude.
basically, she convinces him. She says, "I'm going to break into the Hall of Records. I'm going to prove that my grandfather's church is a historical site, and my ex-husband. We got to just keep moving here. My ex-husband
Ew.
can't knock it down
It's
to
terrible.
build this like retreat." Basically, this guy thinks that there's
So many
gold
notes.
buried
Holy
on
shit.
this property, and so he bought the property and wants to knock the church down to find the gold. That's what this whole thing is.
And Peter's transforming horribly at this point.
Yeah.
Like his
So he
teeth
goes-
are falling out.
Yeah,
and
he's
his
going
teeth are
back to the
coming
lab.
in.
He's
Yeah,
gone
that's when
back
he
to the
gets out,
lab,
yeah.
and he's like, he's
He
really
leaves a date. His teeth start falling.
Yeah.
If you thought like this is going to be like an Incredible Hulk thing where you change back and forth,
No.
not fan.
No, he's
It's
going
not.
full
He's
bunny.
one way. He's
Full
just a one-way
bunny.
transformation.
So he
Bunny
gets,
mutant,
yeah,
yeah.
he's in the lab and the farts are just, oh my god, ridiculous. And then just turds come out.
That's
like
right,
little
guys.
pellets, just little pellets come out.
Oh my
Just a pile of pellets.
Roll the
Yeah.
damn credits.
Yep.
But this is having Joe Phelps shows up and is like talking about. He's like talking about getting. I need your experiment right now.
Yeah.
He also.
Why does he need an experiment, though?
He also gets mad because Peter says like he had to like stimulate the rabbits. Like, oh, you playing rabbit dick? And, yes, he has to. It's a fertility drug.
Yeah.
Based on their semen. Like,
yeah, exactly.
This is established, dude. What?
Well, he's an idiot that just wants to get his dick hard so he can bang his.
And the general
wife?
just takes his girlfriend.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think he put a ring on that.
Yeah.
But
who's also in like an adjacent room?
No,
right?
we haven't even gotten to that part yet, okay? We haven't gotten there yet. No, we're going to.
Yeah,
but there's a very funny part real quick in here where they're testing the other rabbit.
You should have said funny, though.
Yeah, and it says, start test. Yes, no, maybe. Like, this movie definitely was just like...
No, it definitely sucks fully, yes.
Yeah, throwing... Yeah. No, it knew what it was.
You're making me
and
relive
it was
this.
trying. I liked this
I know you
movie.
did.
I'm not going to watch it again.
We actually were very contentious in the middle of this because she was getting mad at me for my reaction. I'm like, I fucking hate this movie.
No, I mean, I hate it, but that's why I liked it. You know, I don't watch these movies because I want to, like, I'm like, oh, I love this movie. Unless we do have a little break, which we deserve it.
Yeah.
But we're watching these because they're shit movies.
Yeah.
It's a shit movie.
But this is my whole point is I'm like, I like independent horror movies. I can pull the good stuff out sometimes. Not like with fucking
I was only getting
Santa's
those shiny
sleigh.
egg turds. That's all I was getting.
Yeah.
Shiny egg turds.
Yeah.
Little tiny
oh my god.
shoppers.
So yeah, we see the bad bunny like
Bad Bunny.
basically destroy this guy, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna do something with this, and then so he comes home, and basically they did show a wider shot. So basically this is a base. And they do, so he and his wife must live on base.
We have to assume they're on some barrack type.
But also, like, in the same exact
her
location as the
room
elevator.
is, like, not far away from the lab at all. Yeah.
At all.
And they're all, like, underground.
He gets there in, like,
yeah.
very little time.
Yeah. So, but you think he gets back home, and then you realize they're just there. But yeah, he comes in, and there's the whole, like, they do the porn satire. It's great. I actually really enjoyed the scene because it's totally supposed to be like 70s porn because she's wearing like red satin. There's the flags by the bed. Like it's very super cheesy.
The actress knew her job and was like,
but also again,
Ron Jeremy was on the TV.
Was a porn star.
Yeah.
TV.
Was a porn star that just like he got the day off. Come on over.
Yeah, and then you get like the giant shadow dick where he's like, I drank the fertility juice and now and he made a point. He's like, so just once? You're just going to take it once and that's it? She just gets that once? And
well,
then,
maybe
sip a little bit. He drank the whole damn thing.
Maybe like pumps him up forever. You know, you don't know that.
But also, they had sex 60... No, that was never...
That's later. That's later,
but also, he was about to have sex.
Yeah, they didn't even
Is that what most women are begging for? Longer sex?
Yeah,
like longer just getting pounded?
So many getting pounded.
I feel like... I would not say that. I would not say that.
The guy who wrote
longer sex.
The guy who wrote this has never been with a woman before.
Like longer, just more of me on top of you, just like going. Is that what you want more?
Just a ton of times. Just as many times.
Like just more?
There's a point where you need to stop.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That's what I'm saying though.
Like not 69 times.
This would be great for like someone that's like a like a one pump chump or something.
So anyway, it's gross because
you're not curing cancer here, is what I'm saying.
What was he? What was he?
General Phelps.
The general.
Okay, put his name.
It is gross because he was
Tank
like,
Jones.
"Daddy's home," and then when the alarms start going off, he's like,
you have a
"What?"
name? We'll
he was like, "What in Daddy's dick?" He kept saying "Daddy," and it was gross.
Oh,
it was gross. So yeah, so
that
apparently
was a gross thing for
they're
you.
all. It's all gross. Oh, why?
You're saying this was made in 2018? Jesus.
Yeah.
Yes.
I hate all
It looks like it's made in 1994.
I hate this so much worse than I know it was made recently. Yeah. So I mean, okay. So we're after the sex scene now. When did we go back to fucking
stick fingers?
This movie is such a weird pacing to it.
Yeah, it's really weird because like
So he's turned completely.
Yeah, at this point,
He's now fully
and now
locked
the other one is also broken free and is murdering everybody.
Yeah, the bunny, and because the brain, they put the bunny in to like kill Mike.
Yeah.
To test they're trying to mind control the bunny, basically.
Right.
Which also like a fully different side project. Okay, cool. I guess it's it's the evil dudes thing. Cool. I was like, I hate this monster, man. It's just so dumb. And I was like, not Mike.
The monster's really humans, Mike. Okay.
I mean, Mike's dead at this point.
Yeah. Like,
Mike is his dicky dog. I'm pretty sure. Like this thing just keeps aiming for the abdomen area.
And the evil doctor goes, "I really am a genius." And then he spills his coffee.
So,
on a machine.
Yeah, so it starts attacking everybody. It growls like a lion.
But why does it start attacking everyone? Because he makes it super smart with his machine and then spills coffee on the machine.
Oh, so it's evil now.
But also super smart and evil.
But not really, though. It's still just the same thing. It's just killing people.
Yeah, it doesn't talk or do anything really, any kind of special.
But you think being super smart might enable it to do something like that, but no, they won't get that far.
So, General Phelps leaves his bride behind, like, all tied up on the bed, because apparently that's how they were going to do it.
Yeah.
And he goes out to fight this thing, and acts his heart out with this bunny puppet, like throwing it against the walls and trying to fight it because it's super strong.
Whew.
Yeah, and
meanwhile,
and you're just saying to yourself, when Daddy's dick is going on? Right
now. Exactly.
That's when Rottentail swoops in to the room where his
and he goes Cotton, and then he goes, it's Rottentail now, because
also, why does he recognize him as Cotton? Why?
He doesn't look anything like him, and
like
he doesn't sound
It doesn't talk like him either.
Yeah.
No, nothing the same. It's like, it must be him, though. Okay, well, cool, I guess. I think he looks at his teeth, but I'm like, why?
His teeth really don't look the same either. I guess you saw him the one time with his messed up teeth. So
I guess. I don't know.
Same guy. Never mind. Sorry. I recognize dental work.
So he tries to insult Rottentail by saying, we got all the hot bitches and you go home and jack off to Fantasy Island. A very dated reference, by the way.
Fantasy Island.
Not a reference anyone is going to get.
Yep.
But I guess it was prescient back in the 80s, maybe?
Yeah, I guess so. So he murders the...
So we find... First off, we find out that he's... You look like you're dying over here.
I'm fine.
He looks like he's super strong, and you find this out by him going, Bunny strong. And then he runs really fast with, like, the flash lightning thing we have. Yeah. He goes, Bunny fast!
Yep, because he's...
And you're like, oh,
both of those.
He's going to talk like this. And no, he talks regular the rest of the time. Like, okay.
But he throws the General Phelps around by his dick, so there you go.
Because he's got that big boner.
Yep.
So of course, after that scene, he goes in and finds the wife who is tied up. And you're like, I don't like that. I immediately was like, I don't like this.
Yeah.
I don't want the scene to continue.
Don't worry, guys, because she's happy.
Yeah, she's like kind of into it.
Like,
but then she sees it and she goes, it's that small? It's like, bitch, you were like into this a minute ago. Like,
also,
you're fine with the bunny
that
part?
That was not her voice. It was weirdly dubbed.
80 yard, yeah.
Yeah, so apparently everyone else is dead because they have time to have sex with each other.
But she spits out a ball gag to insult her monster rapist.
Yep.
who is now untied. And she just is magically untied. She gets in the doggy style and not... What is happening?
He must have untied her.
It does not. Like, she goes from like, you suck, you have a small dick, and then she's like, nah, fuck me. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, because she saw that bunny dick. She's like, oh. What? Or maybe she felt the pheromones, maybe?
I don't know, man.
From him? I don't know.
Nothing is explained in the scene.
It's fine.
I don't like it, and
that's good it's going to be.
And then he says it's aces.
He said it a few times about the aces part.
Why, though? Guys, then we cut to the class reunion. I've seen that I'm like, if they had not put this in the movie, who knows what would have happened. It would have been 15 minutes shorter and it would have been perfect.
Yep.
Because this scene was dumb.
So it showed off the preacher and his wife, who's really tall, and she's a bitch, and they fight with Anna. And he has, like, his goons who are like, we're going to get you or whatever, because she wants to prove that.
Does Jake look like he is badly CG'd, although despite it just being his actual face? Like, I was just like, I'm thinking he's a real person.
He looks like someone tried to draw Peter Gallagher from memory. And
I think he looks like this. Yeah, and so he spikes the punch. You're like, that guy, he must be a bad guy. He's spiking the punch. Of course, all the main characters are in one room except for Rottentail, who's doing his own thing now.
Yeah, he's doing his own thing 69 times.
69 times. Which also, like...
It's like round 69 finally knocked her out.
Anyway, I like Anna Banana because she's like, I'm going to save my grandfather's church, and you're a jerk.
The only person that's technically a protagonist in this film. You're right.
So with any motivation to really do anything in this film, too.
Well, Jake has motivation because he thinks that there's gold buried under there.
So what do you think is up with the age range at this high school reunion? Because, like, there's, like, really old people there. There's
they're teachers.
Young people.
Kids of the people.
They all seem to be cronies, though. They all seem to be, like, contemporaries. And, like, oh, I remember you from class. And I'm like, that guy's, like, 20 years older than you, at least.
They're just extras that they found.
I'm just, like, I think
I'm sure they pay them.
I think all the people, like, supported them on, like, Patreon or whatever. Like, they're just like, okay, you're in this scene now. This is a scene for you guys.
So then we get back to the lab because the armies come in and Rottentail goes, my nemesis is on the premises. And then he goes, nothing like a post-coitus smoke, because he smokes. The music in this movie does not flow. It's like all over the place.
No. It's very, like I said, it's like the free music.
I also disagree with you. I thought this music, except for the last song, was trash.
I thought the first song and the last song, the first song kind of got, I was like, okay,
the first song, like, I was like, this is cool for like a 90s video game, but like otherwise a bad song. And the last song I thought was cool, but the rest of the music in here was like very just. I was like, no. I feel like if you paid someone for this, you need to get your money back.
So then we get the Jake and his wife, and they're in a hot tub with some other people.
He's got two ladies and she's got a dude, and they're like, oh, so it's like everybody just for themselves.
Yeah, well, no, and I like it because they're making fun of Christianity because they're like, yeah, most of these people are fucking.
But also, like, it's so there's no nuance to it. So, like, I would have loved if there was a little bit of nuance or like something like it didn't make it look like this is why his congregation loves him. He also like drown. He's like they're showing him in a commercial. And he like drowns.
Yeah, in the commercial.
Yeah. He fully drowns a dude.
And they leave that commercial as a commercial somewhere.
Like, okay.
Well, it's not a commercial. It's like a live... It's almost like a telethon,
but it's still somewhere in the world.
Yeah, exactly.
And many people
You can also see that there is a cameraman moving around, but he's like fully just looking at this dead guy. I'm like, I feel like this is bad camera work. What you do?
They actually pan on the guy at one point.
But the whole point is they're making fun of people who would still, like, people who know that people do terrible things, but they still follow them and believe in them in society. I mean, that's a real fucking thing.
The moral of the story is we should all be Rottentails.
We should.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Okay, keep moving, because there's so much still left somehow.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
We're only like 20 minutes in this movie, I think it was.
Oh my god, this note's going so long. Okay, let's just get through it, guys.
He is trying to get back to town, and his Vespa doesn't really work for him. And then we see the preacher talking to the guy who's in charge of like the public records, and he was like, well, you're the one who changed the date. And the guy's like, well, yeah, because God spoke to us, but he's like, but I'm not going to do anything to hurt anybody.
Well, they're doing this because at this point, they've caught Anna Banana in the records hall, which is next to the place where the reunion is going on, I guess.
I guess so.
And there's a surveillance camera like right on her face.
Yep.
Okay.
Very conveniently placed.
So they're like, oh, we gotta like take care of her, but she's trouble. And he's like, I don't want to kill anyone. Like I literally just changed her record because God told me to, but I'm not gonna like murder a person because I'm just a guy.
Yeah. And he's
which that guy had the most relatable arc. I'm like, this feels like every job. Like there's like since you helped me with this thing, now you have to do this other horrible thing. I'm like, I don't want to do that though.
Yeah. So then there's some hippies in a van smoking weed together, and then of course he's there with them, and then they realize he's the bunny man. Disjointed, ha ha ha.
But the one guy is the security guard from the military scene. So I see that he's telling the story. Oh yeah, man, and then the guy came out and I was like hiding and blah blah, and he looked like a weird bunny guy, and then they pan over to Rottentail like, oh, this joke.
Yeah.
Oof.
So then we're back to the mad scientist guy because he wants to take
Stanley.
Stanley wants to take General Phelps' body and turn it into like a mutant warrior or something like that.
Yeah, sure, right? Like, sure.
Yeah. So, and then
so basically it's
like Frankenstein. Yeah,
it goes full Frankenstein.
Yeah, exactly.
Except they let guys. Where does electricity go on this Frankenstein?
On his dick.
In his dick.
Yep.
It's funny because his dick's still hard, I guess, from
rigor mortis, of course.
Well, also from the serum.
Oh, wait, what too?
Yeah.
which also like that's not good. Oh.
Do we skip the shit egg part?
Yes. No, there's
We're
shit
keep
eggs.
Going.
Okay.
Let's keep moving.
So, then they find the guy that he murdered, and there's Easter eggs there, the shit eggs.
Also, Rottentail just randomly has found out Anna Banana's boyfriend's name. He's the town sheriff, and then murders him. Yeah. In like a different scene. And I'm like, Bob.
Well, we haven't even gotten to it yet. Yeah, Bob.
Boyfriend Bob.
Not Bob. So, it's funny, though, because they find the one crony of his, and they're like, are those Easter eggs? And it's funny, because Bob's like, I think it's shit. And then, at the end, it's so fucked up, because his wife, who's, like, super tall, but, like, a coke addict, and obviously just, like, living off of him, he's like, get us one of them Easter eggs, and she picks it up, and then he's like, God damn, it's a turd! Like, he's just, he was good at being a shitbird. Like, he was definitely...
Guys, there's a huge compound going on for this church. Why do you think they want to get Anna Banana's land? I'm going to give you if you don't remember, I'm going to give you a
because there's gold buried there.
How much gold, though?
$1 billion.
$1 billion worth of gold.
Sure.
Okay. Sure.
What?
What an impetus for this movie. Keep going.
Impetus. He calls the wife Cocor Barbie, and then he murders her.
I thought at first, I'm like, is he turning her into Easter grass? What is happening right now?
He just turned her into like a basket.
It's just like
he wrapped her all up. He put like some cellophane on her.
Coming out. I'm like, what is
he threw some grass like at her, I think, to make the Easter basket.
I did like his bunny in the Easter bunny disguise he had going. That was kind of fun.
Yeah, I guess so. So, I want all of Anna's clothes, clearly. So I have never been to the Easter bunny except for when I was a very young child. I think I was like either 1.5 or 2, and my aunt wanted to take me, and I screamed bloody murder, and the photos that we have are of me like drinking a drink with horribly puffy like eyeballs because I just had cried like horribly because it was terrifying. But I didn't. So since I've never gone to it again, is that what people do? They like ask the Easter bunny for things? Is that what the Easter bunny's for? Like that seems stupid
you
to me.
You sit and take pictures, and then he gives you an Easter egg.
This guy sucks. Jake, his wife is murdered. His ex, he punches her in the fucking face. He's a shitbird. Just terrible. So then he sends his bodyguard after Rottentail, and then they have like a cowboy showdown.
Yeah, like
scene.
a little good, bad, ugly.
If I said this already, I take it back. This is the dumbest scene.
Yeah.
First of all, they've not established this bodyguard as anything. I don't. Yeah. I was like, oh,
and they're trying to do a Western scene. You know what? Hey, go for it. Let's try. Let's see
so
how this goes.
he shoots, but it turns out Rottentail has some sort of like speed capability, or he hops. I don't really know.
Animal
but he like jumps over to him and then cuts his head off. And what's hilarious is the guy, his head flies like 100 feet in the air.
And it's just like it's him screaming, but it's like a frontal picture of his face, CG going in the air.
So then we cut to. I actually liked this scene. We cut to Jake.
Very convincing.
I did like this movie. We cut to Jake and Anna, and he's got her tied up to a chair. And he's like, I'm going to call the U.S. Army and bring them in and take care of this. And she's like, do you have the number? And she's got the number for some reason. And he has to, but all he has is a rotary phone. So
a rotary phone.
She gives him the number, and he's like, and she's like, you gotta slow down. He's like, you gotta slow down. It takes time. And so there's just like a funny exchange between them where she's giving him the number, and he's
also like, who doesn't know how to use a rotary phone? Am I right?
So then they also do a kill the wabbit, and I just love that they use every bunny reference they possibly can.
Do you think they purposely made Phelps look like Deathlock, or is it just...
Maybe.
Okay. My favorite part about this whole Phelps arc is that everyone knows he's Phelps. He's wearing a mask with green, like, lighting in it.
Cyborg now.
You can only see his eyes, like...
Yeah.
How do you... That guy... He looks like a putty from fucking Power Rangers.
I think what happens is they just tell it's Phelps. We just like reanimate.
It's Phelps. That's Phelps. We all know.
A guy that was a general of some sort, at least 1 star, right?
And now he's some kind of Power Rangers bad guy.
Some kind of necromanced cyborg guy. Like, what the fuck? So we get this really great hoss fight between Deathlock and Phelps and Rottentail.
Yep.
So it's basically like Cyborg versus the Flash, I guess, if you're a DC guy.
But it is funny because the mad scientist brings him in, Sirius brings him in, but then he loses control of him basically, and that's why he starts fighting, killing everybody. But it's funny because he goes. I suggest. Oh wait, sorry, I'm kind of jumping ahead.
No,
yes, they fight.
Don't
Okay,
apologize.
fine. Well. They fight, he hits Peter, who goes, it's smarts, and then he has an out-of-body experience where he's on the other side and he has to choose whether he's gonna stay or go.
I'm like, is he in hell right now? There's a cross behind him. We don't see the actor as Peter Cottontail, Peter Cotton ever again. It's just showing Rottentail, but he's like, should I stay or should I go now? And you're like, what?
So then, Sirius loses control of Phelps, and he goes, I suggest everybody just run. And it's funny because Jake goes, which way? It's
away?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Any fucking way. But he does come back to life, and
Frank
he
and Phelps
fights
does say he's still the king of the jungle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gross.
Sure, dude.
It's racist, right? But he gives him a bunny kick, and he kills him. And that's what it is. But he's half dead. And then they realize...
That doesn't mean he's not going to get a little kissy-wissy.
Well, and he didn't... we find out that the airstrike was not called off because there was going to be an airstrike. So she knows she has to run. And
we know it was airstrike because of 3, pasted CG Apache helicopters.
Yeah.
And then a bunch of stock footage of a plane.
So, she's like, Peter, I won't leave you. And he goes, Peter wants you sniffing roses, not pushing up daisies. And then they have a disgusting kiss because he's bloody and disgusting.
And his lips are just weird.
He has in fact a mask over a man's face.
She's running away from this old church, and she literally only gets 100 feet away. Maybe.
And there's a nuclear explosion.
Huge, giant explosion.
It's like a large concussion blast.
She would have been wiped off the map.
Yeah.
Or at least everything in her body ruptured. It would have been good.
And
then that little fucking kid is back.
Yeah, so
you're like, what the fuck? This little kid?
Gets up and she miraculously survived, and he comes out. He was hiding behind a tree watching everything apparently, and then he goes, "Hey, ma'am, is it bad? I'm glad the Easter Bunny is dead." And she's like, "No, it's not bad." It's what is this movie doing?
And then we get a desert sunrise and some cool music.
Yeah. Except the movie's not done.
Yeah, we got one more scene.
And you're like, this is over. And you're like, thank God, and then more stuff happens.
Maybe the best scene in the movie.
They kind of point to it because they're walking away, and apparently the severed head of Phelps is still alive, even though he's just a severed head.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Where's my dick? You gotta grab my dick." And it's
of course. I mean, who wouldn't want you to find their dick if they're
but then we get a gross birth scene a la The Fly, where she's pushing this baby out, and it's going to be a rabbit baby.
Phelps' wife, girlfriend.
I didn't bother to even make the rabbit puppet look different. It's the same exact one.
Exact one.
Same one.
I'm like, so Peter having sex with a human makes mutant rabbit?
Yeah.
Because that would definitely work.
But what's the thing that worried Phelps the most about this?
I said, this ain't my child, it's white.
Yep.
Which I get it.
But also, he's just a head. He's also still with her. They're still together. And
which is nice. You know,
leave her they stayed together.
Yeah. And she just leave him because he's a head.
Yeah.
Maybe he's,
Yeah, he just eats her out.
Yeah.
Reanimator,
Yeah, Reanimator. What?
Oh, God. And then we know that at the end that the military is just going to use this technology to hurt people, and that's what
also
all about.
The medical doctor is fucking Stanley.
Yeah.
That's not how
we've learned nothing,
work, guys.
We've learned nothing. Guys, was this worse than Yoga Hosers?
We,
far.
ran through this. I want to know how long it is. We just, leaps and bounds. We hopped right through it.
It's still too long.
Yeah.
I know you don't think it's worse than Yoga Hosers.
See, it's subjective. It's a subjective scale, though. Was it worse than Yoga Hosers? Yes, and I think that's good for us. Because we're supposed to be watching bad movies here.
It's true.
We definitely got
back to our roots. Is it worse than Santa's Sleigh?
No.
Christmas Sleigh?
See? Christmas Sleigh, yeah.
It's not worse than Christmas Sleigh, because Christmas Sleigh had somehow worse production than this movie.
Yes, exactly.
But this movie is pretty bad.
Yeah. And that's the point.
Yeah. I get. Yeah.
I actually like Christmas Sleigh better than this movie.
The music was better Christmas
Yeah,
Sleigh,
yeah,
right?
it's great music. I mean, it wasn't. It had the hardcore music. It was pretty dope.
Hey guys, thanks for stopping by on this Easter Sunday. That's what we're going to post.
Yeah,
Easter.
right?
Yeah.
What is
A
Easter
week
Sunday?
away.
Stay classy.
Bye, guys. Bye, guys.